Hello, my dear friends. So, the whole planet has paced down. There is a slowdown at every level of our consciousness: mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual. What exactly is going on? So, here's another update about the current energies. And how long are these timeline cycles going to remain? What is going to be the impact of these energy invasions into our electromagnetic fields? What is the reason behind all this happening? So, currently, all of humanity is in a very dual state of fear on the very physical level, but spiritually, everybody is resonating with the fact that we know something good is going to come out of it. And we just know that whatever is happening for making us a better species, a more cognitive, a more intelligent species. And it's helping us slow down and pace down the fast paced lives that we had picked up. And let's talk about what exactly is the target, the goal, or the achievement of the universe or the God or the creator for creating all of this for humanity, and why only humanity is suffering and no other species. So, when you understand the original design of the creator or the entire universe, it's just a simple game that was created, that we all came out during the Big Bang as energy, and we all have to merge back into one consciousness, one state of vibration as we move upward in the hierarchy of the dimensional reality. But somewhere along the whole journey, uh, money and abundance and our human ego and our behaviors was given to us as self-defense mechanisms to only be used when needed with a choice consciously during this game. So they were these things were actually given as the tools of the game. But somehow, from conscious beings, we ended up being subconscious and unconscious auto programmed robots. And all of our life has started functioning from a very auto programmed mechanism. All our behaviors are auto programmed. How we treat people is auto programmed. How we behave with money is auto programmed. We are constantly so insecure. I mean, if you go back to our way of being, there's never enough for us. We have so much of our survival needs met, so much bestowed upon us by Mother Nature, but we as a species have become greedy for more and more. And we got somehow into the competitive domain of survival. So we literally started using money more as a survival quotient than as an abundant quotient. And here we are suddenly, with all the gyan that's coming up in this new fifth dimension, we are using all of manifestation techniques to create more and more and more. But we are not really understanding the core or the true aspect of abundance. Abundance is a mindset, mentally, spiritually, and physically and emotionally, of just being abundant where you are and being in gratitude. And more shows up. More means what? More means how much you need for your survival, your daily needs, your everyday needs. But is that how you're looking at it? So, my dear friends, this is a regressive time. All of humanity is regressing, and this regression is a force that's pulling us behind before we progress into the new dimension. So it's like, if you want to push something forward, there has to be a force that first pulls you back and then throws you back with force, right? So this is that ascension time where all of humanity is nudged to move into the fifth dimension. And as much as we have been studying logically or as a textbook concept about the fifth dimensional energies, that there's going to be oneness, money is going to be a source of abundance and not a source of insecurity. Currently, this is a testing time for us to implement all of that on ground. So, yes, all of humanity is nudged to force themselves to go through this phase. Coming from all the seven principles of the universe, it's time that we implement them in every single breath of our life. The first principle is as above, so below. We are all one. But do we really treat everybody as one? Are we sensitive enough? This time is an invitation to go home, stay home. When we talk about home, home is where the soul is, the SQ, the spiritual quotient. Have we invested enough time to be in silence and go within to strengthen the muscle of our soul? This is that time which seems regressive, but it's actually progressive, and we will realize this only when we move out of the time, out of this time. This timeline is going to remain until September. It'll start settling down in the month of April and May, but by the time the impact is completely over globally, we're going to be in September, and economy then will start from scratch. But by that time, people's mindsets about money, economy would have changed, and money is not going to be more of a survival need or a threat mode or a jealous quotient or a competition quotient. It's going to be coming from a mindset of more of, okay, we just need the money uh, to survive our daily needs, and abundance is already there in nature. Like, come on, look at you guys today. You'll have been quarantined at home, and do you realize you not spend so much money and still you're surviving? All your needs are met. There's so much in the universe is already available. So the whole mindset of humanity is going to change in this new time. October onwards is going to be a golden age. 2021 is the beginning of the golden age. The golden age where humanity, they're going to be like two kind of people, the dark and the light. The third dimension coming from more of your survival needs, and the fifth dimension coming more from the heart center. So it's either the root chakra or the heart chakra which is going to rule the planet. And this is an invitation to move out from the root, from fear mechanisms, and come into the space of the heart. Yeah, the creator is playing a game on us and we have to play along. So don't fear this time. Just take it as one of those testing times. The solutions are there. He's just when you look up into the sky and look at the creator, you can see a wink, and he's smiling at each one of us and saying that we just have to pass through this phase. Regarding all the lives that are the souls that are leaving the planet, we must understand that as much as it's difficult to accept, we need to understand and function from a state of detachment, that the only truth about life is death itself. Everything else is just a lie. And the soul can never die, the soul can never be destroyed. So, the people who are choosing to leave planet Earth will choose to come back in a new body in the fifth dimension with new energies, because they've lived their karma and they've gone through this transition times. And yes, uh, 2 years or 3 years down the line, when we are going to look back into this time, we're going to actually send it a smile and a blessing, because it's going to take us to a new state of reality. Uh, the whole state of economy, money, hoarding mentality, insecurity is going to change. People will have to change their mindsets. There's going to be enough flow and abundance for everybody for what they need. And, we as a human race are going to step down from that greed based mentality to basically more of an abundant based mentality, where we're going to be happy with what we have. And my only invitation to each one of you, my dear friends, is stay more centered in your heart, and don't send your energies into the root chakra where the survival mechanisms exist. Stay more aligned in your heart center, sending love, compassion to yourself. Try to be more in silence. Like, treat it like a Vipassana retreat where it's time for you to stay home. Stay home means stay in your heart space, stay in your soul space. And I always tell my students that if you don't learn it yourself, life will teach you. And when life teaches you, it teaches you in the most difficult ways. So it is a beautiful opportunity for us to just go within and embrace that piece of God within us. And it's very important we cognize this new way of being, because this is the new normal now. Life is going to pace down, it's going to slow down. And from robots, we are stepping into our own state of being human. And this is the invitation of this new time and this new energy. And always remember this great love for you. And you are not the person who controls life. There's a bigger God up there who is making the sunrise every day and the sunset every day, and the nature, Mother Nature. There's no other species who's not dependent on the entire universe. We are the only species who are liars. We say we trust God, but in tiring times like this, no, we don't. We are so fearful. And as a collective, it's very important that we all emit and broadcast the frequency of love, trust, kindness, faith, and compassion, and know that whatever is happening for the highest good. There is going to be a lot of progression in this regression. So trust the process, surrender to it, and be willing to lose everything. If you die, it's okay. You're going to come back into a new reality. And just face it, guys. I mean, just find the good in everything, because in every situation there is a right, a wrong, a good, and a bad. It's your observation that creates your reality. So scientists have proved that out in the universe there are only particles of light, uh, and everything is just vibration. What manifests as a matter is the observer effect. So the person who's looking at reality creates reality. So I want each one of us to look at this situation as a strongness and not as a wrongness. I want each one of us to look at this time as a regressively progressive stage. And we are here, it's a learning time, it's a testing time. I want each one of us to function from a mindset of having faith and not fear. And just understand the universe is actualizing all your dreams and goals through this chaos and this great love for you on the planet.